Good afternoon, everybody. Cam Biker here. Whew, it's getting cold now. Got my heated grips on half. See how that helps out. Quite toasty at the minute, but you know. I don't know whether I'll still be using this one in winter or not, so I might have to get some heated grips on the Yamaha. I'm planning already for next summer though. I thought I'd tell you about something that it's actually not my idea, it's Tosh 23's. He's had the idea and I'm well up for it, and it sounds like there's a possibility that Danny G 1980 and the Northern Vlogger might be up for it too. It's something we were having a chat about. We've got 2 rides planned for next year, and one of them I'm not going to tell you about yet. I'm going to keep you in suspenders. I see you quiver in anticipation. I'm not going to tell you about one of them yet because we've not entirely planned it fully, but it's going to be a day out and I think it should be a laugh, and it'll take in some good roads and hopefully we'll get a lot of people coming along. But I don't want to talk about it yet until we've got it fully planned. But the other one that we're doing is potentially doing anyway, we'll see. I need to see if my bottom is up to it. Is the Iron Butt Challenge. And I'm sure a lot of you will have heard about the Iron Butt Challenge, but there'll be some of you who haven't. And basically the Iron Butt people, Iron Butt Association I think they're called, are endurance riders, not enduro, not off-roady what's-names, but on-road endurance riding. And their minimum entrance criteria is the Iron Butt, now that I forgot what it's called, but there's the small one, the little tiny ride of 1,000 miles in under 24 hours. And it seems like they're quite strict about it. I'm hoping to put a tracker on the bike to do it when I do it. It won't be this bike either because this one won't be comfortable enough for 1,000 miles in 24 hours. But I'm hoping to put a tracker on the bike to use as a bit of evidence that I've done the 1,000 miles, if I manage it, of course. There's a reasonable chance that I won't. But what they do is they get you to stop at petrol stations. Anywhere where you're changing direction, you've got to stop at a petrol station or a shop or something. Petrol stations are the obvious choice because you're going to need to fill your bike up quite often. But get a receipt, and the receipt has to have the date and time and the place where you got the receipt from to prove that you were there at that date and time. And then what they do is they get all of those receipts together. You have to submit them. They get them all together, and I suppose they use it like a dot to dot by working out the shortest route from the first one to the last one whilst going through all of the others in the meantime. And that must be 1,000 miles, which means that because you're probably not going to take the shortest route for everything, you end up having to do 1,100 miles or more just to get that 1,000 miles in and make sure you're going to get your certificate at the end of it. And that's it, really. You get a certificate. That's all you get. It also enables you to buy things from the Iron Butt shop, wherever that may be, an internet thingy-dingy-doo-dah, where you can buy all sorts of stuff. So Tosh has already done it once, and he's got number plates around that's got all the Iron Butt stuff on, toughest riders and all that kind of thing. But I said to Tosh, I thought it might be fun to do it for charity. Now, hopefully we'll get some people to sponsor us. Maybe £1 a mile, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe a penny a mile, you never know. But I was thinking sponsor us, or obviously we'll be stopping at lots of places and we'll be planning them all ahead of time to make sure we're going to be able to get the relevant receipts and everything. Don't want to get somewhere and find out, you know, that it's pay at pump only and the pay at pump machine hasn't got its receipt machine working. So well, you know, everything will be fully planned beforehand. So we'll have a route and we'll know roughly when we're going to be getting to places. I was saying to Tosh, maybe an idea would be invite people to tag along for a section. Now we won't be stopping clearly because you're up against it. You know, if you were to plan on 4 hours of rest in the whole thing, that means averaging 50 miles an hour, and averaging 50 miles an hour for the other 20 hours is going to be damn hard work. It only takes a few traffic jams to slow you down to filtering speeds or worse, and you're going to fail. So We won't be stopping particularly, although I'm sure we'll have a half-hour break here and there. But as we'll know where we are, probably in 50 or 60 mile increments, maybe getting people to tag along for one of those 50 or 60 mile increments. They could wait for us at a petrol station, and when we get there, they could tag along with us as soon as we set off again. And then maybe put the tank bag on the bike or something and put a collecting bucket in for charity. And if you tag along, maybe you stick a £5 or a £10 or whatever you can afford. Really, if you can only afford £1, then £1, but whatever you can afford for the charity into the box. Now, we've not decided on charities yet. We've been talking variously about cancer charities, because obviously if you watch my videos you'll know my family's been heavily affected by cancer, and then things like air ambulance and motorbike style charities perhaps. Not decided which one yet, and I don't want to steal Toshi's thunder, because it's his plan, not mine. But getting people aware of it, and hopefully we can get you to put a bit of sponsorship in or something like that when we work out who it's going to go to and when we're doing it. So that's the plan. Hopefully it will all go to plan, and sometime probably around June or July next year, I think, is when we'll be doing it. The idea is to ride from Hull area, where we're both from, or all four of us are from if the other two end up going as well. Or the potential plan, I say it's quite up in the air at the minute, but the potential plan is to ride from there to John O'Groats at the very top of the country and back, starting in the early hours of the morning, so that when we go through Scotland with all of its deer and other bigger wildlife, that we're doing that in the daytime, and we've got hopefully less chance of a collision with an antler. Anyway, so there's the very early bit of plan. If anyone's got any ideas about how we can get a bit more out of charity for it, please let us know. If anybody has got some kind of tracking device that they won't mind lending us, hey, you could sponsor us. If you've got a business and you want to sponsor us, we can stick your name on our helmets or something. But anyway, any advice, comments, gratefully received. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.